golf carts are kind of a big deal around here.
They build houses with golf cart garages on them. And there's
Why,
a reason why
yes, they do.
that.
Call me if you'd like one.
If you've ever tried to vacuum sand out of a car, I mean, anything to avoid that.
And if you can say that 3 times really fast, the Coasting Podcast will give you a prize. This is how we coast, people. This is how we do it. No windows, no doors, and somehow everybody wants one. They're golf carts, but guess what? They're most likely not being taken to a golf course. Spend a day around the Myrtle Beach area and you'll see them everywhere, heading to the beach, running to dinner, cruising through neighborhoods like it's just part of everyday life. Today on Coasting, we're breaking down why golf carts have become the preferred mode of transportation to get around the Grand Strand. I'm your podcast host and local Myrtle Beach area realtor, Celia Klein. It's time, we're coasting. Welcome. We are so happy you're coasting with us and learning all about the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area and how to find your people, place, and pace. Once again, the top is down on the Coasting convertible. Aunt B is here riding shotgun. Are you singing over there?
Sweet Caroline.
All right, everybody.
Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, the audience did not chime in. I think maybe we should try that. We'll try that later on because that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so with the top down, we're definitely going to be hearing another noise in just a few days.
Yes, we are.
The rumble of Harley Davidsons. If it's mid-May, that means it's time for spring rally, and we're expecting a lot of bikers. In fact, are you ready for this? An estimated 300,000 bikers can come to town. I mean, I know it was a lot, but wow. Okay, so I've never been on any kind of motorcycle. What about you?
I've been on a couple.
Okay.
My first experience was with my girlfriend's husband, and it wasn't a Harley.
Okay.
It went a little faster than that, though I'm sure Harleys go very fast as well. But it was going downhill on Route 80 in New Jersey, and I was hanging on for dear life.
Was it fun?
I don't know. I think I was a little numb by the time I got back. I don't know if I would classify that as fun, but it was interesting.
Okay.
Needless to say, my husband also had a Kawasaki Vulcan. Beautiful bike.
Really?
I never rode it. So as I got older, I realized that I prefer my adventure in 4 wheels.
Yes.
And the Coasting convertible.
Yes, it is definitely the preferred nice way to drive around, isn't it?
So that's my preference these days.
Well, good. So, okay, now the major hangout, because the bikers, they got to have a hangout, right? So it's pretty much Merle's Inlet for the Harley Spring Rally. And there are a few places in particular the bikers like to meet. Okay, so there's the Beaver Bar, all right? There's one called Spokes and Bones Saloon. And, well, we might as well tell these listeners now, there's another one called Suck, Bang, Blow.
Do you know what that means?
Aunt B, this is a G-rated podcast. I am not talking about what that means.
So it actually has a G-rated meaning.
Really?
It does. It's part of the 4-stroke engine of a motorcycle.
All right, where did you get this from?
It's a fact. Suck, Bang, Blow started in 1996. The bar.
Okay.
The biker bar. But suck stands for the intake. Bang stands for the combustion. And blow stands for the exhaust. And that's where they came up with it. There's another one in there that they left out because I said 4-part.
I was dying to know the 4th part.
It's squeeze.
Really?
But that doesn't make it any better.
Really? Okay, and this is fact.
This is fact.
Okay, this is ChatGPT. Okay, Aunt B, come on.
There, the Myrtle Beach Sun News, which if you live down here, they did a story on it not that long ago.
Then it must be true.
So it must be true.
Okay, all right. I still don't believe you. So you know what? Bikers and everybody sharing the road in the entire month of May, because it really goes with another bike rally after that, around Memorial Day weekend. So we just say, you know what? We know South Carolina is a helmet optional state. All right. We know that's why, honestly, a lot of people come for the two different bike rallies is because those helmets are optional. But can we just, Aunt B and I we just want you to be careful.
Be
please,
safe.
please.
Be
We
safe.
want you to wear that helmet because we want you to actually remember the memories of your trip here, okay? And all the other people in any other vehicle, you know what? Just be more observant, be more aware, okay? Because there are a lot more vehicles on that road. We are glad they're here. It really does. Honestly, it helps our economy. And again, just everybody be extra cautious, right?
Yes,
right.
please.
So, we definitely have a lot of the bikers here, but you know what? There's a different mode of transportation around here that has truly become a favorite for many along the Carolina coast, and that would be travel by golf cart. So people go everywhere in their golf carts.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, even dinner, right? I mean, so we thought, okay, it would be good for you, Aunt B. You're going to do your yummy to the tummy segment on a restaurant that you can easily get to on your golf cart. You ready?
I'm ready.
You got one? Go for it.
I do. So this one is in North Myrtle Beach, and it's on 2nd Avenue North. A lot of neighborhoods around there.
Mhm.
The new Del Webb is
Mhm.
not far from there, and they're building and building a lot more. And you see it, in North Myrtle a lot, people going to Walmart, Lowe's.
Do you
all
know
the
even the Chick-fil-A
restaurants
up there delivers people food in a
on
golf
their
cart?
golf cart.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
Yeah.
it's so this one is very golf cart accessible because it is in a larger shopping plaza,
Mhm.
and there's plenty of parking. The advantage of golf cart is when they're very crowded there, you can more easily find a space because you can get into those little spaces that your big cars can't get into. But the name of it is Crave.
Oh, that's a good one.
And there's one in Myrtle Beach, and then this one recently opened in North Myrtle Beach. And what I wanted to tell you, though, I mean, it's very difficult to get into. They're very crowded. Happy hours are packed. Their dinner service is packed most nights. So make a reservation if you can. But they have a great lunch menu,
Oh.
and they're open every day except Sunday, I believe, for lunch. So we went there the other day, and we had a delicious meal, reasonable.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's reasonable.
Mhm.
You can get sandwiches, salads, you can get entrees. You could probably order off the dinner menu if you really wanted to, but they've got pastas and they've got soup. They always have a soup every day, and you can get a soup and a half a sandwich or a soup and a salad, and really good option. And they have a full bar,
Mhm.
nice wine selection that I always like. So, so I would definitely recommend Crave.
All right. So Crave, isn't that their specialty Italian? Did you say that?
They are Italian.
Okay. Does this shock
Sorry.
anyone that Aunt B
Sorry,
is
Rob.
doing a review on another Italian restaurant? Okay.
Wait, they have a sister restaurant in Myrtle Beach in Carolina Forest area called Sol y Luna.
Oh,
It's
now that-
Latin. It's not Italian. And they have good food there too.
partial credit for that. Aunt B. It actually is a really good restaurant.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But
Yeah.
also, to your point, I don't think I have passed either of their locations because they have one in I call it regular Myrtle, the one you're talking about, of course, being in North Myrtle, where it isn't a packed
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Now I know the one in regular Myrtle does offer valet.
Right.
And I know they also are really good about offering live music too.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I see it, and it's not just, the typical, let's start at 4:00 and go into, dinner time. That parking lot is packed from easily, 11:30 noon on.
Right.
So that's a good one.
Yeah. So lunch is a lot easier if you don't want to wait.
All right.
A lot of people don't like to wait.
I think maybe Crave should bring lunch to us in a golf cart. What do you think?
I would love that.
I mean, okay.
Mr. Crave? I don't know his
So we've got to give our viewers and listeners the inside scoop on all things golf cart, and we have got the person to do it. So Chris Graul is the general manager of Gone Coastal Golf Carts. He's going to take your place in the convertible, and we're going to get all the scoop right after this break.
Did you know the Myrtle Beach Art Museum building was moved to its current location in 1984? Step into a fascinating past of this historic home that now houses the Frank G. Burroughs and Simeon Chapin Art Museum. The Villa, a Myrtle Beach story, reveals the remarkable history of the beloved landmark and its deep connection to the community that grew up around it. Right now, the museum's gift shop is offering a special on what could be a great gift. Get the book, The Villa, a Myrtle Beach story, a 100-piece villa puzzle, a villa note card, and a Myrtle Beach Art Museum pin, all for only $65. The Myrtle Beach Art Museum is located at 3100 South Ocean Boulevard, across from the Spring-Made Pier. Head up to the second floor and find this deal and more inside the gift shop.
Welcome back to Coasting. So let's be honest, if you've been anywhere around Myrtle Beach, you've probably noticed golf carts are kind of a big deal around here. And definitely, well, not just for golf. People are using them to get to the beach, run errands, head out to dinner. It's just part of everyday life. So how did that happen, and what do people need to know if they're thinking about getting one? Today we are joined by Chris Graul. He's the general manager of Gone Coastal Golf Carts. You're going to walk us through it all, right? Welcome to Coasting.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best.
We're glad to have you here. Now, before we get started, I always like to ask all of my guests, are you from here originally? If not, how long have you been here? Tell us your story about Coasting.
So, yeah, just like everybody else, really, I'm not from here originally. Me and my wife and my 3 boys, we moved here from New Jersey. I grew up in
Aunt B's neighbor. We don't even know.
Maybe Ocean County, New Jersey. I grew up in Pennsylvania myself, out in the middle of nowhere, in a town called Shikshinny, Pennsylvania. If you know where that is, you are the minority, my dear.
And if you can say that 3 times really fast, the Coasting Podcast will give you a prize.
But yeah, we had friends move here a number of years ago that just kept bugging and pestering, and they eventually convinced us to move here. So yeah, really good friends of ours convinced us, and we are just, very, very happy that we made the move. We will not ever look back.
That's great.
Goodbye, New Jersey.
Oh,
Sorry. I love New Jersey.
Well,
I like it here better.
We're glad you're here. So, okay, so now you get into the Myrtle Beach area. Now, how do you get yourself into the golf cart industry?
So I think, like people that didn't, grow up here, I fell into it. Mm-hmm. So I was involved in the auto repair industry for many years, ran auto repair shops, was a technician. In fact, I was a technician here in Myrtle Beach before I got involved. But I met the founder of Gone Coastal Carts, Jeremy, and his wife, Brandy, by naturally buying a golf cart from them. And it's a funny story, actually, how I met him, because he had some used golf carts listed on Facebook. And this was, they only had the one location in Surfside Beach. And it was just him, and I call him Ponytail Wayne, this old man that if we didn't pay him, he'd still show up to work. He loves it. But they had him listed. My wife found it. We went to look at this gas golf cart that he had listed as a used one. And during the test drive with me and my family, it broke down. Oh. And Jeremy was terrified. In his defense, the new carts that he sells are all electric. And at the time I was, just moved here. I was a mechanic for years, so I was comfortable with gas. And I knew exactly what was wrong with it. I said, not to worry. But I'm going to have to get a good deal on it. I'll take it off your hands. He said, I don't know anything about it. I said, so I bought 2 golf carts off of him that day. I bought that gas one, and I bought a 6-seater electric cart for my family just to kind of tool around with. So that's how I met Jeremy. Now, fast forward about a year later, and he needed the help. He was getting really busy, and he knew I fixed his his work truck a few times, and he called and begged me and tricked me into working for a golf cart industry.
So from the time that you moved here until the time that you bought that first golf cart, how long?
It was probably about a month.
So
pretty fast.
That alone tells me that already you knew it was a pretty prevalent thing. Like you get to Myrtle Beach, you got to get a golf cart.
Yeah. And thanks to my wife, she does all the research. She knew. I just go along with it.
So what's the most surprising thing that you've learned about this, lifestyle of using golf carts since you've worked at Gone Coastal?
The most surprising thing to me is just how deeply seated the culture is around golf carting here. It really is like mind-boggling because there's so many. You're a realtor. They build houses with golf cart garages on them, and there's a reason why
they do. Call me if you'd like one.
But yeah, it's crazy, the sheer volume, right? And if you live here for more than a month and you haven't bought a golf cart yet, you will get shamed into buying one.
So, okay, so now we're going to break it down, all right, into the different types of golf carts. We're just going to start diving in. Yeah. So you had already mentioned, talk about maybe when gas golf cart might be the preferred one over electric and vice versa.
Sure. So there actually is, and in my opinion, there's 3 different types of golf carts. You have your gas-powered golf cart. You have your lead-acid battery-powered golf carts. And then you have your lithium electric golf carts. So I put them in a different category, and I'll explain why. The gas carts, to me, are specifically for those that they want to go far. They don't want to stop. They don't want to have to charge. They want to, get up in the morning, head out with their golf cart, spend the day hopping around friends' places, going to the beach, going to a restaurant, and they don't have time to be sitting there charging their golf cart. They want to go. Or maybe they live a little bit farther away from the place they're trying to get to. So that's when I usually recommend they go with the gas option. For obvious reasons, they can take a can of gas and fill that golf cart up and they can go. Whereas, electric's a little more complicated, as we know. And that's where the choice of electric comes in, because if maybe you're not in that category, maybe you're, 2 miles away from the beach, and then you might want the electric, and the benefits to the electric then are the noise, right? So a gas cart, even though Yamaha makes a really great quiet tech gas cart, it still makes noise, so the electric is just a little bit better, a little more comfortable, a little bit less noisy. And so if you're only 2 miles away from your destination, you could really go any way you want. You could do the lead acid, or you could do the lithium electric as well. Lead acid, a little bit more maintenance heavy, right? So those acid batteries require water, and you do every once in a while, got to pop the seat off and check all the water and all the batteries, make sure they get filled to a level, not overfull. Just above that little plate that you see inside of there. Don't put it too high, because if you do, that's when you get acid stains on your driveway or in on your garage. So just above the plate that you see in there, maybe a half an inch above that, that's more than enough distilled water to put in a lead acid battery. This sounds like a
separate YouTube video right there.
I could go on and on. I'll try not to get too detailed here. But yeah, so then you have the lithium electric. The lithium powered batteries, they don't require any maintenance aside from charging, and they will go a little bit farther. So the lead acids will go, depending on the age, the type of battery, the quality of the battery, anywhere from 10 miles to 15 miles per charge reliably. The lithium might go 20 to 50 miles per charge, depending on how big the battery is, how big the golf cart is, how heavy your foot is. And it will take less time to charge. So the lead acid will take 13 to 15 hours to charge, usually overnight. Lithium electric will take anywhere from 4 to 6
Oh,
hours,
okay.
sometimes a little more if it's a bigger battery.
So when somebody's first coming in for that first golf
Mhm,
cart,
mhm,
so obviously, learning about where they're going to take it is going to be important. But,
mhm.
in terms of, features of a golf cart, what are some that you're going to say around, whatever you're doing in Myrtle Beach, this is going to be, you should definitely have your golf cart to include this. What would that
A stop and a go pedal.
That's we're pretty easy here, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in all honesty, especially at Gone Coastal Carts, we try to ask questions to get us to a point where let the customer lead us to what their daily use and their
Okay.
habits are. I mean, some people, they may not care to listen to the radio or have LED lights or flashiness. They're like, you know what? Like I said, I live 2 miles away from the beach. It's just me and my, wife or my husband, and we're gonna go to the beach and we're coming back, and that's all I want. I just
Mhm.
want to get there, I want to park, and I want to come back. And you might just want
Mhm.
the stop and a go pedal. That's all you want, and
But then,
maybe a beach
on
chair
the
rack.
other side of it is somebody who's probably been like all over
Yeah.
Facebook or
Oh
something,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the latest trend, and you're and maybe you're going to be like, you know what, you really don't need the. Is there one in particular that's kind of a little over the top?
Mm.
That
Well, yes. I mean, so that that you can go way over the top. I
hmm
mean, there
We'll
are
talk about
people.
some of that in a little
Yeah,
bit, but
yeah. So yeah, you
maybe like
I
they think
get.
they need it, but they really probably
Yes.
don't, kind of a
I'll
thing.
I'll tell you what,
Okay.
there is this type of customer a lot. I live in Myrtle Beach and my family lives out of town and they come visit me once a year. I need a 6-seater. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because the other 51 weeks of the year, it's you
Yeah.
and husband just driving around in a big old golf cart that's hard to park,
Mhm.
And so I give them, the cart of a nice rental company.
Right.
Say, rent your son or daughter a
Right.
good rental cart for that
Mhm.
week. And that way,
Mhm.
you don't look silly the rest of the other,
So will
51 weeks.
you'll sell both new and how would you pre-owned? Is
Pre-owned.
that how you
So not with us, we don't. Most of our carts are new.
Okay.
We will sell here and there a used cart, but we
Mhm.
don't like not. We personally like to sell something with a warranty,
Sure.
something that's a little bit more reliable, where we can kind of lean on the manufacturer a little bit for
Mhm.
some of the support side of things. Used carts, and somebody probably will correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is a golf cart out there where the warranty actually transfers on. So once it goes beyond that first-hand owner,
Mhm.
then the second owner is just kind of out to lunch, and that's difficult. Used products. I'm sure houses. It's
Mhm.
sometimes you just get stuck with a bad one, and our our reviews are important to us. We want to
Sure.
make sure our
Sure.
customers are happy.
Yes.
Um,
So
so
okay, just like you said, it helps to have new because then
mhm.
you have warranty. Are you from there once they purchase with you, are you also helping them with, what do you need in order to take a golf cart around a
Yeah,
city street, for
yeah,
example, or your neighborhood?
yeah. So yes, you will need. It depends on if your golf cart is a golf cart or it's a low speed vehicle, and so that's somewhere which is funny because they both look the same,
They
right?
sure
And
seem like they're both low speed to me when I'm
Yeah.
behind them.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
That is for sure.
yeah.
So there's two different ways, and this is where we get a little bit complicated. A golf cart, all you have to do to register your golf cart to ride that on roads that are 35 miles an hour and under, and during daylight hours, unless you live in Surfside Beach, which Surfside Beach is any time of the day or night. But for all intents and purposes, if you're going to drive your cart on the road, make sure you know what the rules are in your township that you're going to
Mhm.
be doing that in, because it can change from township to township. But anyway, golf cart, you need a sticker from DMV. It's this little blue sticker. It's the cheapest thing left on earth because it's $5 and it lasts you 5 years.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable that hasn't gone up, but it hasn't.
Mhm.
And so that's all you need. That gives
Michael,
you.
edit that part out because as soon as the state hears about
Oh,
this,
yeah. They'll that's doubling
Right, exactly.
every year for the next 20 years.
Send all evil emails to.
I have to move back to New Jersey.
No.
That's funny.
So,
But yeah, that's all you need. So that gives you the license to drive on any road 35 miles an hour and under.
so
most of
that
the time.
cost doesn't obviously sound too bad.
Yeah.
Let's get back
Yeah.
to that cost of the golf cart.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because people obviously that are talking to me are thinking about the budget for their house, right?
Right,
And they may
right.
have already thought about getting that
Right.
third stall for their golf cart. But what
Mhm.
kind of budgeting should they really be thinking about for this actual vehicle?
Yeah. So again, it depends on your use. So if you are looking at something used, I mean, you can go to a dealer or like a marketplace, and you might be able to find something with a stop and a go pedal for $3,500.
Okay.
Best thing to ask when you're buying used from anybody, especially if it's electric, how old are the batteries?
Mhm.
And when was the last time it was maintained? So the cost can go from $3,500 for your basic 4-seater
Mhm.
used golf cart, 10 years old or older, to brand new 6-seater bougie, Tomberlin, which costs $30,000.
Oh my gosh.
Which just blows my mind.
What's in that one that has to be $30K? I mean,
some wild stuff.
aren't there some
they
with the
have,
coolers built in, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and surprisingly, that one is not as expensive as a Tomberlin. But yeah, you get into like 4-wheel drive and power steering, and yeah, we haven't. I mean, I did see one at the PGA show this year that had heat and air conditioning. Believe it or not, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
All right, so say there's somebody who lives in Market Common.
Mhm.
They have a little dog. They want to go to the dog park, the
Mhm.
beach. What kind of car are you thinking?
I'm thinking lithium electric. That's
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, good.
That's it's smooth ride, and you can get more or less anywhere in Market Common. You might even be able to get all the way. You likely can get all the way to Myrtle Beach State Park
Yeah.
and back from Market Common on a lithium electric. Yeah.
Well, that sounds awesome.
yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about the rules of the road, and this is the part that I think is pretty important. From the standpoint of like Chris said, a golf cart can be driven and used on a public city, whatever word you want to use, street. That so long as the speed limit is 35 and under, right? Okay.
Correct, yeah.
So now I'm the vehicle and I'm a regular car behind that golf cart.
Yeah.
Can I pass them?
You cannot.
Excuse me, Chris. I'm going to ask that question.
I know.
I
I
would like-
wish, but I mean, consider this. That there was an accident last year in Surfside Beach where there was a golf cart going slow, and this is where I plead to the people driving a golf cart that goes 13 miles an hour.
Mhm.
Just pull over for the cars because it's just not worth the 5 seconds you're going to save by staying on that road. But anyway, you get impatient drivers. There was a golf cart that was getting ready to make a left. And the cart was getting ready to pass that golf cart, and they had a violent meeting.
Mhm.
And you don't want that to happen, Yeah, as somebody driving around here, be as patient as you can. The turn signals don't self-cancel on a lot of brands. However, Gone Coastal Carts, they do.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of them, they don't. So, just because that turn signal is on
Mhm.
doesn't mean they're actually turning. So let's just, drive with caution.
Yeah. So, if they have to be registered, do they also are they required to carry insurance?
They are. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Least
that's good.
liability.
Okay.
At least liability.
All
just
right.
like your car.
And would the same carriers we have for our vehicles be the same ones that they would use for golf carts?
Sometimes not every carrier does golf carts. Some, a lot of the bigger ones do, Progressive and Geico. And then there's some ones, American Modern, that a lot of people don't know about that actually are really reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always call any Gone Coastal Carts location. They can recommend somebody if you don't have someone.
So when with your team, and just in general, as you're driving around, what would you say are some of the mistakes that are most common when someone has just purchased their golf cart?
I think a lot of people forget about the service aspect. And that's big. I think when you buy a car, some people forget about that too when you're buying a car. If you buy, say, for instance, a Lexus, if you buy that in Myrtle Beach, you're going to be driving pretty far to get that service because there is no Lexus dealer in Myrtle Beach. At least not that I know of. You might want to check that before and edit that. But yeah, so I think a lot of people make the mistake of buying from their neighbor. They might not know what they're getting into, or they buy an off brand that maybe, the dealer hasn't been around that long. And the service, while that dealer says, yeah, I'm going to fix your car. Well, you got to make sure, check the reviews, make sure their Google reviews are good. Make sure they've been in business for at least a little while, 2 to 5 years is good. Anything less than 2 years. And I mean, people start out, you got to give them some grace, but, make sure you're buying from a reputable dealer. Get it checked out if it's going to be used from your neighbor or somebody down the road first before you commit to shelling out that cash.
All right. So, spoken like a true general manager, here's what I'm thinking are the mistakes of first-time people. And that is, that when the season, when we get to tourist heavier season, we see the person on the golf cart on Highway 17.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You're just like, no,
big time.
No.
That's usually a rental cart too. Yeah.
So you can't just so that everybody, those ones that are around up and down our coastline. So we'll call it regular 17 or bypass 17. No bueno on the golf cart. Okay.
Or 544, 501.
Yeah. Okay. So now we get to business 17.
Yes.
Can you on that one? You can't do. Okay. You can on business 17. All right.
Yeah.
And then you get to Ocean Boulevard. You can.
So it depends on where you're at. I believe North Myrtle Beach said no-go on Ocean Boulevard all the way up there. Myrtle Beach, you'd have to check the township on that one. But LSVs can. It's very interesting. A low-speed vehicle is actually titled. It's registered with the state. And you have to pay property tax on it, which is stinky. But the after dark doesn't apply. So you can drive that at any time or day because there are federal standards to be an LSV.
All right. So then maybe my next question then is price point wise, going from golf cart to LSV, is it a big jump?
Not really. It depends on who you buy from. If it has to be equipped as such, LSV has to have headlights, turn signals, mirrors, brake lights, seat belts, a DOT approved windscreen, a whole list of things that it needs to be an LSV. It has to be done before the point of sale at a dealership that has a dealer's license. So if it has to be equipped, it may be more expensive. It could be up to $3,000 because if a golf cart came off of a golf course and needs to be equipped with that stuff, then it does cost, a little bit of money to have to do that. But then there's a lot of carts, like the ones that go on coastal carts, that are already equipped as such. And you can buy that for a fairly reasonable price of, $600 because really all we're doing is the paperwork to make it, to give the title and all that stuff.
Okay, this is and I did not know that there was a distinction between the two. So I'm really glad, glad we went through that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the lifestyle of golf karting and, all the fun things that give it the wow factor. So we'll be right back.
On the rare occasion it rains here along the Carolina coast, don't be sad. There are many things to do. Top of the list, visit the Franklin G. Burroughs Simeon B. Chapin Art Museum, or as we like to call it, the Myrtle Beach Art Museum. There are exhibits, classes, or just bring the beach read and head up to the T Porch for a quiet and relaxing space with a picturesque ocean view. Go to myrtlebeachartmuseum.org for current exhibits, programs, and event calendar. Admission is $8 for adults, $5 for seniors and veterans, and children 18 and under with an EBT card can enjoy the museum for free. The museum is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Call 843-238-2510 with any questions.
All right, we are back. This is really, really helpful. Now we're going to get into the lifestyle because, again, we've got some people who are going, I'm sorry, what? I thought they were just used on golf courses. And now I've got this whole new expense and thing I've got to think about in order to be cool and to fit in. So, tell me about a golf cart day. Like if somebody is pulling that out of their 3-car garage in their neighborhood that might not even be attached to a golf course community. What is that life like?
Yeah, so I mean, there are even a lot of communities like near Carolina Forest, for instance, where you're not getting to the beach in that golf cart.
Right.
You may only ride it around your HOA. And a lot of the times you're pulling that out, you're going straight to the pool, you're getting a suntan and you're bringing it back. Or, I know a lot of people that just like to get out and cruise and they buy their golf carts, believe it or not, for dogs. They have
That is
this
shocking. I would
beautiful
never,
little puppy.
I would never do.
And that is their fur baby. And that thing is spoiled.
So, but to your point, I think, what we're saying here is that it is a means, a tool for, like here we're talking about coasting your people, place, and pace.
Yeah.
And here it is. The golf cart is a part of that, right? It's going to help you find your people and you're going to be cruising around. So one of the communities I lived in, again, nowhere near the beach, and it had a Conway address. And it was like Friday night high school, like cruising,
Yeah.
I mean, I was shocked. And then all of a sudden it's St. Patrick's Day. It's time for the golf cart parade. Excuse me. What? What?
Yeah.
I thought those were
totally.
like big flatbed,
Yeah. It's great. The golf cart parades, if you haven't been to them, they are so much fun. And if you have a golf cart, get that thing in there. You don't have to do a lot, put a floaty on the top and put some lights on it. Who cares? It's so much fun. The kids have a blast, especially. My kids just love it. They complain about the heat until we get moving.
And, especially like when football season gets started. Well, then we're decking out the cart and so. So isn't it Surfside Beach is the one that has the golf cart parade for, is it St. Patrick's Day? Is that, I can't remember if that one's the one.
It's mostly, they do, but they also have, their biggest ones are like Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Christmas, believe it or not. Yeah.
All right. So we talked a little bit earlier before the break about some of the customization and the features. So, all right, you got to tell us, what are some of the things, and you may repeat some of them, but just that really just, you're like, seriously?
Yeah.
This is on a golf cart now?
This is the thing.
Yeah.
It's,
So what's
I think the biggest shock to me was when Evolution came out with their D-Max and it had 4-wheel drive.
Oh, the old D-Max 4-wheel drive. Yeah.
I'm telling you, why? 4-wheel drive. I don't know. But, all I could tell the customers is, South Carolina is not the only place they sell golf carts. Obviously, they're all over the country. So, some people might need them. I guess if you're in Florida and you drive on the beach.
For the mountainous terrain we have here in Myrtle Beach.
All the trails. We might go mudding in it one day.
So, all right. What is the most expensive golf cart / low speed vehicle that your company has sold?
So that would be that D-Max, the 6-seater. And it's not $30,000, believe it or not. We don't sell that brand. It is actually, if you're going for a 6-seater, it's close to $19,000.
Okay.
Which is pretty hefty. You'd be surprised at the people that spend that. It is a nice cart. I had one personally for a little while. And I almost had too many compliments. And seeing as I sell golf carts, I got tired of talking about it. So I had to get rid of it. So I could enjoy my weekends too.
And, we keep talking about where everybody, but it's important to note there is actual golf cart parking.
Oh, yeah.
At the beach. So when you have these, public beach parking and most of it, for regular vehicles, but sure enough, a lot of them will have specific spaces in the sand for the golf carts.
Yes.
So it really is, pretty convenient. We have, let's just say the beach has embraced the golf cart lifestyle in all aspects.
That's my favorite part, honestly. If you've ever tried to vacuum sand out of a car, anything to avoid that, especially when you have kids. That sand is everywhere. So it's nice to get back from the beach and either, take your hose and just squirt it off, or, take your blower and just blow the sand off of it, park it in the garage, charge it, and you're done.
Yeah.
I
mean, it just, the more we keep talking about it, it is so much a lifestyle. And so for those who are watching or listening that are in fact thinking about making the Carolina coast their home, what's the best way to describe how this is incorporated into the coasting life here?
It's just part of life. If you're here and you're on a golf cart, that gives you that little smile. You're out, you're in the open air, you're enjoying the time with your family. You get to experience life at the beach. It's what you move here for.
It's very chill, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
So, so you said you've actually gotten rid of your golf cart. That's hysterical because you're always working, right? But from the standpoint, I know you said, but I would say most people, once they get the golf cart, I haven't seen people, like boats, right? For that, people go, as this phrase goes, the best days when you got it.
And sell it. It's not the case. That's not the case with golf carts.
You really think that most people hang on to it and it just becomes a way of life?
Yeah. And I bought another one. I got rid of my golf cart, but I bought another one, just not as fancy, so people don't ask me questions.
You don't want to always be working. You just want to be incognito every once in a while, right? I love it.
It's a little fancy. It's a nice one, but
well, I really just thank you so much for giving that description, because I really think it surprises a lot of people just how much it is it's like peer pressure, neighbor pressure. You got to get a golf cart, And I really just think it is such a key, tool or resource to building your social life when you get here, to make those connections. And so, whether it's running to the beach, heading out, this is how we coast, people. This is how we do it. So if you have any additional questions about how to make Myrtle Beach area your home, or, where's the best place to get a golf cart, I believe there are 4 locations at Gone Coastal. Would you like to share where those are?
Yes, ma'am. We have Surfside Beach, North Myrtle Beach, Pawleys Island, and there's Winya Cart Company in Georgetown as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again so much for being on Coasting, and thanks for joining us. If you've got any questions about this topic or others, by all means, please go ahead and send that to us. We've got an email address of coastingpodcastsc@gmail.com, or you can just put the question in the comments on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you watch our podcast. Again, we thank you so much. If you've got any real estate questions, hey, I think you've already heard, I'm a real estate agent, so my phone number will be at the end of the broadcast, and you can give me a call. I'm happy to help in any way I can. But thanks so much, and in the meantime, keep it coasting.
Wait.
What?
Are we riding on a crotch rocket?
I guess I wasn't as sneaky as some people.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to know how much that cost them. Snickerdoodle.
One of my best friends calls it a dead-end shortcut. Welcome home, brothers.
We're coasting. We're all about being comfortable here, people.
The executive producer of the Coasting Podcast is Celia Klein. Producer is Michael Lehman from Frameways Visual. The opinions expressed here are solely those of Celia, Aunt B, and any special guests. Good news, agree or disagree. You have that liberty. Special thanks to Chris Graul, Nick Matola, and the Aunt B posse, and people who can admit that they belong driving in the right-hand lane. And let's not forget, I kind of forgot. Our continued deepest appreciation to all members of the armed forces and their family. May God bless you. A coasting clap to Maggie. Happy birthday. Big thanks to podcast listener Julie Phillips. Thank you for your support. Sia is a licensed realtor in both South and North Carolina. For assistance in either buying or selling real estate, please call 843-321-9646. The Coasting Podcast can be found wherever you currently enjoy your favorite podcasts. Please send all comments and questions to coastingpodcastsc@gmail.com. We thank you for listening.